Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're watching, my dear brothers and sisters in our Lord Yeshua. Today, I just want to wish you a very, very wonderful, prosperous, and happy and healthy new year. And I wasn't going to make a video today. However, I saw this comment on one of my videos from a subscriber called Philly Joe Owenays, and he basically put out a request that his dad was sick and in hospital. Please pray. And I did see this comment, but I could not reply. And 4 hours later, he said he just died, gone to be with the Lord. It is well. So I saw this comment, and immediately I remembered a dream I had, and I believe the Lord wanted me to share this dream. So I'll give you the background for this dream. So going back to some years ago, this is my second cousin, and so that's her dad and my dad are cousins. So we did not have so much contact because they were in the north of India and we live in the south of India. So because of the distance and travel, I met my cousin when she's much younger than me, and when she was a little girl, probably 12 years old. And this was at my brother's wedding, and then we had a long gap. So when she was an adult and I'm an adult, and like you connect differently when you're grown up. So I met her again in 2018 because I had to travel to where she was, something to do with property matters. So I was there for a couple of weeks and we really connected at the time, and like true sisters in the Lord. And she's got such a heart for the Lord, but she's not somebody who will open up and talk that easily. So fast forward to 2020, she and her brother, only two kids, and they lost the mother. And 6 months later, in 2021, April, they lost the dad. And I know how close she was to her mom, and that itself was such a difficult thing for them to deal with. And then when the dad died, it was so difficult because she's not married, very close to her parents, and my heart went out for her. And I called and I spoke to them, but I was just like, this is not enough. I really need to be in touch with her. So, with long distance and you've not had a lot of time with each other kind of to grow the friendship, even if you call, there will only be like, yes, we're fine, we're doing okay. And the conversation doesn't go any further. Maybe it's culture, maybe it's the distance, I don't know. But I was like, this is not going to help. I really need to, because she was so much in grief. She was really, really grieving, and I could sense it in my heart. And I was praying about it, saying, Lord, please help me. How can I help this girl? How can I be with her, kind of support her in this time of grief, and for her to get through the difficult time? And the Lord said to me, start a Bible study with her every week, that you would go through scriptures and start to share. So I put this out to her and she immediately accepted, saying, yes, I would love to do that. So we started once a week Bible study, and this kind of connected us really deeply. And I was telling her that God will give you, because she was like, why would God do this to me when I needed my parents most? And this difficult time, why would God take away both my parents? And I'm not married yet, and I, all sorts of things attached to it. So I was like, God will give you a dream. Ask for it. God will give you a dream to comfort you that they're not in the suffering. They are with the Lord. They're having the happiest time of their life. So anyway, I did not know that she was praying that God would give me a dream uh, regarding her parents. So she only told this to me after I had this dream. So a few months into our Bible study, I received this dream just out of, out of the blue. And this was the most picturesque, most beautiful out of the many dreams that I've had from the Lord. There are a couple more dreams that was even more special than this one, but that's personal to me. So in terms of having a glimpse of heaven, this was a dream. So I'm dedicating this video to this brother who lost his dad, and maybe this will be a comfort to so many of you who might have lost your loved ones. Okay, so in the dream, I'm walking into this big house. It's really well built. So I kind of know that I am in this house where my auntie and my uncle were there. And I hear their voices. Like, if you're in their house and you could hear noises from their bedrooms where, you kind of hear them talk or getting dressed, things like that. So they were getting dressed to go somewhere, and I could hear them talk with each other. And I saw my uncle just pop his head out and say, "Oh, we won't be long." And he looked much younger than I remember. So he was in his 70s when he died. And this was almost like much 30, 40 years younger, kind of. So anyway, I'm in their front room, and they have got a huge big window, no rails or anything, just glass window. And I'm overlooking from this window. So this is on the first floor. And I see this beautiful, the most picturesque, beautiful lake. I tried to find a picture to put it out there, but I can't find anything close enough. But this is the best I could find. So there's a lake, and there are trees all around the lake. The lake is massive, absolutely massive. And there's a couple of small boats actually rowing, like canoe kind of boats. And people are just enjoying the scenery. The sun, I can't see the sun, but there's sunlight. So it's brightly lit everywhere. And then I see the most unusual trees I've ever, I don't think I've ever seen it. It's just in my dream. So the trees have got the chocolate brown stump, and then they've got white leaves and bright orange flowers. And the trees is just like in full bloom. The leaves are just, they're translucent. You could see all the nerves in them, like little lines. And then the flowers are just absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. And the whole package of the tree just makes it like you just want to look at it in awe, and you can't get enough of the beauty of how beautiful these trees are. So I'm looking at these trees and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I've never seen anything so beautiful in my life. And when did my auntie and uncle move to Kashmir? And I'm thinking, oh, I must take a little branch from the tree and take it to my farm and really develop this. So I would love to have these trees on the farm. These are my thoughts as I'm in this dream. And then I walk around the house, and I go through a set of stairs to the ground floor. So now I'm in the front garden. And as I come to the front garden, I see a lawn, like beautifully well manicured lawn and a garden. And then a bird flies from the sky and lands right in front of me, about 3 or 4 feet away from me. The bird is not scared, but the bird has got the most beautiful colors I've ever seen. There's red, there's blue, there's green, there's gold, and there's more colors, like, you know, the shaded colors, but the I can't imagine how beautiful this bird is. It's like you could imagine some of those birds in the deep jungle of Amazon, or, you know, other rainforests, and then magnified a million times in their color. That's the colors that I saw. And it lands right in front of me, and I'm thinking, wow, this is just absolutely amazing. This is awesome. And then I thought, I have another uncle who is a photographer, and I thought, if he gets to know that this uncle is living in a place like this, my photographer uncle would be here in no time with this camera to take pictures, because he loves taking pictures of wild animals and landscape and things like that. Anyway, the dream ended, and when I woke up, I was like, where was I? What was that? I could not understand where I was. But then the Lord gave me the interpretation. So, without me knowing it, my cousin was praying that God would give me a dream about her parents. So, the Lord gave me a dream to show me how they were living in heaven. So, I had a glimpse of heaven where they are with the Lord um, right now. So, this was just like, you know, I hope and I pray that everybody who's lost their loved ones, their parents, their children, brothers or sisters, I just pray to God that God would give you guys a dream like this to show you where your loved ones are living, where they are, because this totally changes the whole dynamics of how you grieve for somebody, how you miss somebody. And it's just like, I can't get over every time I think about this dream, the colors and the magnification of the intensity of the beauty that there is in heaven is just absolutely out of the world. I can only keep saying absolutely, and you know, the I just don't have words to explain. You have to see it. You have to be there. So I made an audio recording of what I saw, and I sent it to my cousin. And I cannot tell you how much of a comfort it was. This was only a few months after she lost her dad. So it was quite raw and fresh. And this was just like a great big comfort for her to know, kind of really settle in, and for her to not grieve as much, knowing that her parents were young again, knowing that they were happy, knowing that they were in the most beautiful place. And what happens is, we kind of aspire to go there. It's not that they have left us and they've left us in the dark, and they've left us to tend to ourselves, and we don't have them around us. So it was a great big comfort. So I'm making this video, as I said in the beginning, for one of the subscribers who sent out a prayer request that their dad was ill and in hospital. And I hope, my dear brother, that this would comfort you, and you'll be able to listen and watch this video. God bless you all, and I shall see you next time.